You don't know how to do business, you better pray all the time. That's not true. I say Joe is. You got Joe out there? And 3, 2. Welcome to Say Something Sessions. In this series of interviews, we explore the benefits of electric school buses and their potential impact on air quality, health inequities, accessibility, and economic growth. Today, we'll be hearing stories from individuals who've been disproportionately affected by environmental racism and the lack of investment in public transit. Join us as we delve into their experiences and aspirations for a better future. With us today, super excited to have a very dynamic entrepreneur, Mr. Darren Riley. Darren, introduce yourself, share us just a little bit of information about who you are.
Absolutely. My name is Darren Riley. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Just Air. Just Air is really an air quality community insights platform. What that means is that we want to spread awareness around the community level air quality. Not only spread awareness, but also use our data for real action and change. So really looking to be a community asset, community partner with the communities that we work with to make sure that we move to a future that's better for all of our families and loved ones.
Let's go. Great, Darren. Thanks for the intro. We got 4 questions for you today. The first one is going to be about health inequities. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with health inequities resulting from exposure to poor air quality, pollution, and environmental hazards in your community?
Absolutely, yeah. So I face this issue personally. It's what really inspired Just Air, living in one of the most polluted zip codes in the U.S. So I didn't have asthma growing up. Never had issues with breathing. As soon as I moved to the community I live currently, realized I started having pulmonary illness. So much so, the fact that I developed asthma was 5 years ago. So I understand being a product of my environment, understanding what that really entails in my life. And then when I've done the research, looking at how many other communities look just like mine, black and brown, surrounded by emissions, surrounded by heavy freight, all bear hugging us with pollution, really really creates those disparities and those gaps between the air that we breathe and the quality of life that we have.
Thanks, Darren. Second question is about electric school buses as a solution. How do you see electric school buses addressing the health disparities and environmental concerns in your community?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best solutions. We know today that we call it the NO2 inequality. A lot of diesel fuel, heavy trucking traffic typically disproportionately saturates black and brown communities. Also, looking at the fact that there are not a lot of barriers in place to actually protect against some of these pollutants. So I think electrification of school buses do one of many things. One, in terms of transportation, it actually can, the silence, the quietness of those buses, noise pollution can really affect. So there's studies that show that the higher noise pollution, the more stress we have, right? The more stress, harder to learn, harder to sleep, right? Then also looking at the physical particulate matter that it comes into our lungs. So kids are taking those buses. You're getting picked up by those buses. And so those buses are putting out fumes that go into the schools that may have lack of filterization. It really impact the outcomes, health outcomes of kids who are developing their lungs, but also their cognitive ability. Pollution can impact our memory, so it can really hamper us digesting knowledge, recalling knowledge, and taking tests. So we're looking at this disparity as touches so many things, not only our lungs and our hearts, but also our minds and our pockets. So we have a better educated future in our community because of electrification of school buses, so that that we can close the gaps in those inequities. So yeah, it's great.
All right. Thank you, Darren. Next question is about accessibility and equity. In what ways do you believe electric school buses can improve accessibility and promote equity within your community?
Absolutely. I double down. I think the facts that don't get talked about a lot is economic mobility, right? We talk about, obviously we have the health disparities, but all these things are tied in one, right? So we are improving not only access to quality air, right? We're also improving access to quality education. Again, studies have shown that pollution can impact our ability to learn and recall information. If today on some of the worst air quality days in Grand Rapids, you probably can feel a foggy brain. It's harder to recall things you might have learned or thought about. Where are my keys, right? What did I just learn? So you can imagine kids who may be feeling that day in and day out because they're surrounded by diesel school buses. And so I look at this in terms of improving accessibility. I look at the youth, which is our future, to be able to learn better, breathe better, so their outcomes in their life will be able to improve their ability to climb the economic ladder and give back to their community so we can have a better future for all.
All right, Darren. Last question is about the economic impact. How do you envision electric school buses contributing to the economic growth and just the overall well-being of your community?
Absolutely. I look at all the stuff is all connected, right? We talk about it's not just air pollution. We talk about noise pollution. We talk about also just the feeling that there's investment going in our community. What that does for those intangibles, what that does for us as a people within the community, feeling like we're invested in. So I think we give this access is one of many things that we can start to move the needle forward in terms of economic accessibility, right? Because people are learning better, because people are breathing better, that whole nuance. But also, I think there's a psychological aspect to it. You feel like, hey, this new bus is coming to my school. People believe in me. People believe that I need to learn and do better. And that confidence we've shown time and time again, and I've been a product of it as well. When we feel like you're invested in, you feel like you have confidence in yourself and you can move forward and climb the economic ladder. So I see this as, while, again, maybe it's one school bus, two school bus, 10 school buses, but those little investments can really make a difference in a child's life. Not only, again, from the minds, the heart, the lungs, but also the pockets and their motivation as they go and make a better world that they deserve.
Thank you, Darren, for sharing your powerful insights. Your story reminds us of the urgent need to address environmental racism and invest in sustainable solutions like electric school buses. Together we can strive for a more equitable and healthier future. Thanks for taking the time out, Darren.
Thank you.